80% of the offshore wind resource is located in waters deeper than 60 meters. How can we harness this renewable energy? Thanks to floating offshore wind technology, we can optimize this source of clean energy that accelerates the decarbonization of the planet and helps create new jobs. The construction process of an offshore wind farm begins at various onshore locations where its main elements are manufactured: floating platforms, wind turbines, mooring lines, and offshore and onshore evacuation cables. Once built, the wind turbines and platforms are transported by sea to a port close to the offshore wind farm site for assembly, whilst the mooring lines and cables are transported directly to their final location. The construction sequence is designed to minimize work in the marine environment. Onshore installation begins with the construction of transition pits, and a substation for the wind farm is also built. Finally, the cabling between the transition pits and the wind farm substation is installed, as well as the cabling allowing the energy to be evacuated to the electrical grid. The offshore installation of a floating offshore wind farm begins with a series of horizontal directional drillings on the coast that will house the pipelines carrying the offshore cables. The process continues with the installation of the mooring systems, a series of anchors with chains that are fixed to the seabed to anchor the platforms and maintain their position in the face of waves, wind, and currents. Back at the assembly port, the wind turbine platform assemblies are transported to their final location at sea, where they are connected to the mooring system. On the other hand, specialized cable-laying vessels lay the static offshore cables, which are buried in the seabed. Once the wind turbines and the static submarine cable are in place, the interconnecting cables between the wind turbines are installed. These cables are dynamic, with an upward S-shaped profile to adapt to the movement of the platforms caused by ocean dynamics. The farm is powered up and ready to deliver zero-emission, zero-kilometer energy. This completes the process of building a floating offshore wind farm.